So today, March 10th, 2026. Today, we continue to discuss about the riddles, Brahma's riddles. And yesterday, we were discussing about the first riddle, Vammika, the ant hill. And that ant hill refers to this physical body, which is composed of four great elements: earth, water, fire, and air element. And whenever these elements becomes predominant, we Vipassana yogis need to observe them to know their true natures. And the Brahma again told this Venerable Kumara Kassapa that this ant hill is emitting flames at night. So what is the meaning of emitting smoke? This ant hill is emitting smokes at night. So what is that smoke? Smoke here means reflection, thoughts or ideas or imagination. The commentators explain it as vitakka in this particular discourse. Vitakka, reflection, imaginations, thoughts or ideas. And when it is when we say vitakka, that ideas or thoughts can be good thoughts or bad thoughts, wholesome thoughts or unwholesome thoughts, right thoughts or wrong thoughts. So vitakka thoughts are two kinds: right thoughts and wrong thoughts. First, wrong thoughts, miccha vitakka, wrongful thoughts, wrongful ideas. And there are three kinds of wrongful thoughts. Three kinds of wrongful thoughts. The first one is Kāmavitakka in Pali. That is the thoughts of sensual pleasures, sensual desires. The second one is Vyapada-vitakka, the thoughts of ill will, the thoughts of hatred. And the third one is Vihingsa-vitakka, the thoughts of harming or torturing. So three kinds of wrongful thoughts. And Kāmavitakka, the thoughts of sensual desires. Desire for sensual pleasures. The five kinds of sensual pleasures, desire for very desirable objects, the seeing objects, visible forms, desire for sweet sounds, desire for good smell, desire for delicious food, delicious taste, desire for very good, tangible, touching feelings, tangible objects. So our mind, if we look on our mind is occupied with these kinds of Kāmavitakka, desire, thoughts for desires, of sensual pleasures almost all the time. We are always looking for something nice, something good, whether it is visible scenes, visible objects, whether it is sound, and so on. We are always looking for something desirable, something agreeable, something good, something said to be nice. The mind always looking for that. Even while doing meditation, if we feel a little bit of discomfort, immediately we try to change the body posture because we are looking for comfort all the time. We have a strong desire for comfort. So Kāmavitakka here always having an intention in getting the good things, the good food, good clothing, the designer clothes, desire for designer clothes, desire for desire for very nice and big house, or desire for many properties. Always looking for that. Always wanting these types of things. That is the Kāmavitakka. And when we have that type of desire, and what we do now is we try to get those types of things, those types of properties. Now we are planning to gain, planning to get that type of things. And sometimes we try to get it unlawfully. We try to get it unlawfully. We try to deceive other people. We try to kill other people. We try to steal. So unwholesome deeds. We now commit the unwholesome deeds, unwholesome actions. Therefore, these types of thoughts are like a smoke at night. And another, the second type of thought, the wrongful thought is Vitakka in Pali. That is the thought of harming others, thought of killing others. Thought of killing or destroying others. When some people we meet, if we dislike that person, if we don't like that person, whenever we meet them, we become angry. Vyapada is anger, dosa. So sometimes we, because we hate them, and sometimes we cannot control our mind, and what we now think that we want to kill them. We want to destroy them completely. So this type of thought is Vyapada Vitakka, the thought of killing or destroying. And this happens because of dosa, anger or hatred. So thought of hatred is the second type of wrongful thought. Killing, thinking to kill others. The actual action is not taken place yet, just in the mind, just thinking in the mind. The thought appear in the mind. And the third type, not only killing, the thought of killing human beings, also the thought of killing the animals, like mosquitoes. Sometimes in the summer when mosquito bites, we immediately try to kill it. And before killing, there is a thought, there is an intention to kill, and that type of intention, that type of thinking is the Vyapada Vitakka, killing, the thought of killing mosquitoes, snakes, scorpions, or other animals. And the third type of wrongful thought is Vihingsa Vitakka. And this type of thoughts arise in the mind because of dosa, anger, but Vihingsa, when we have that type of thoughts, Vihingsa Vitakka, we don't think to kill, we don't think to destroy others completely, but we think to torture them. We think to hurt them. So that type of thought is Vihingsa Vitakka. Intention is not to kill. Our intention is not to kill others, but only to harm, to hurt others. And so it's something like we abuse others, we beat them, we scold them, and we want suffering. We want others suffered. So that type of thought is Vihingsa Vitakka. So if we do not do this vipassana meditation, this type of wrongful thoughts may occur in our mind constantly. Whenever we think about something good, every time when we think about something good, there might arise that Kāmavitakka, the thought of sensual desire. Every time when we think about something good that we want it. But if we are mindful, whenever that type of thought appears in the mind, we can catch it immediately. Means we can note it immediately so that that type of thought will not continue to arise. And another second group, second type of thoughts are the correct or right thoughts, Sammavitakka. And this is the opposite of Mithyavitakka. And in Sammavitakka, the first one is Nekkhamavitakka. Nekkhamma is renouncing. Nekkhamma is not attaching, renouncing. Is thinking about the wholesome deeds. That is Nekkhamavitakka. Thinking about the wholesome actions, like wanting to do the wholesome deeds, such as generosity, dana, wanting to observe moral precepts, wanting to do meditation, tranquility meditation, insight meditation, wanting to liberate from this samsara. So these types of thoughts are called Nekkhamavitakka, the thoughts of renunciation. And these type of thoughts are very good for us. We all are here in this center doing this vipassana meditation because we have that Nekkhamavitakka before we come. We want to practice this meditation. We want to gain some knowledge, vipassana knowledge, and if possible, path and fruition knowledge. And we want to be liberated from this samsara. That's why we think to participate in this meditation retreat. So that type of thought is Nekkhamavitakka. Thoughts about developing 3 trainings, sila, samadhi, and panya, morality, concentration, and wisdom. And because of that intention, because of that thinking, we come to the center, and when we arrive at the center, we listen to the instructions. After listening instructions, then we continue our practice. We put an effort in the practice to develop this sila, samadhi, and panya. So that type of thought is the right thought, Nekkhamavitakka. And while doing meditation in the center, we are listening Dhamma talks almost every day, and desire for listening to that Dhamma talk, thinking to listen the Dhamma talks also the right thought, the Nekkhamavitakka, the thoughts of renunciation. By listening the Dhamma, we learn something that is very helpful to the practice. And the second type of good or right thought is Abhyapada-vitakka. And this is the opposite of Vyapada. So this is the thought of non-violence. Vyapada-vitakka is a thought of violence. We want to kill others. We want to destroy others, we want to ruin others. But Abhyapada Vitakka is opposite of that. The opposite of violent thoughts means this is the thought of non-hatred. Adosa, the nature of adosa, non-hatred. So when we do not have that violent thoughts, then we do not kill others. We will have a loving kindness. We will have a loving kindness towards others. We want others be well and happy all the time. So we always wish the welfare of other beings, and that is the nature of metta. So Abhyapada Vitakka, it is metta, not adosa, anger. Metta, loving kindness. We always wish that the others be well and happy, the welfare of others, loving kindness. So when we have that Abhyapada Vitakka, we always pervade metta towards other beings. We never think to kill others. So that type of thought is Abhyapada Vitakka. And another thought is, the good thought is Avihingsa Vitakka. This is also the opposite of Vihingsa Vitakka, the thought of harming or torturing others. Avihingsa means not harming, not torturing other beings. Not harming, not torturing other beings means we do not want to torture or harm others, and that means we have a compassion towards other beings. Compassion, karuna towards other beings. So we always want to help others. We do not want others suffered. We cannot see the suffering, the others' suffering. We want to help them so that they can get rid of that suffering. So that type of compassionate feeling arises when there is a avihingsa vitakka, the thought of not harming, not torturing others. So these are the two kinds of vitakka, wrongful vitakka and rightful vitakka. But in this discourse, discourse on anthill, emitting smokes at night means it is vitakka, it is thoughts, reflection, ideas, but it is not a rightful thoughts. It is not a rightful ideas. In fact, it is the wrongful, unwholesome ideas. The thoughts associated with defilements like greed, hatred, and delusion. So that type of thought is considered as a smoke. In olden days, people work in the daytime, and at night time they are quite free. And for the next day, they have something to do next day. So at the night time, they would think about many things. They would plan about many things which will be done in the next day. So while those thinking, those thoughts are mostly associated with those defilements. So therefore here the Brahma, when he said that this ant hill is emitting smokes at night, that means people, beings, they are having a wrongful thoughts at night. Because in the daytime they are busy with their work. But nowadays it is not like that. These wrongful thoughts can appear in the mind at any time, sometimes in the whole day. And these types of thinking, these types of thoughts that they think at the night time, and next day they will perform, they will do actions by body, speech, and mind. The next day they will do the deeds by body, speech, and mind. And that is the meaning of ejecting the bright flames on next day. The Brahma told this monk Kumara Kassapa that this ant hill becomes very bright next day, spurting out the bright flames. That is the third riddle. Spurting out the bright flames in the day means people do the actions by body, speech, and mind. And when they have a wrongful thoughts, their actions would be the wrongful actions done by body, speech, and mind. So that is the spurting out of bright lights on the day, during the daytime. Bodily, verbally, and mentally, they do all kinds of unwholesome deeds. And that is the third part of the third riddle. So here, the second riddle, Vitakka, the thoughts. For the yogis, when that type of thoughts appear in the mind, the yogis should note it immediately. If he fails to note those types of thoughts, then there will be never-ending thoughts. There will be no ending of thoughts. And especially in the practice, what we have to be careful that we try to stay in the present moment. We try to stick with the instructions. We try to stay in the present, try to stick with the instructions, follow it very closely, very strictly. That is very important. Because if we happen to look here and there and we saw something, and if that thing, what we saw, is okay, then maybe regarding that seeing, not much thoughts appear in the mind. But the thing what we saw is something not good, something we don't like. Then when we come to meditate, that seeing might appear in the mind again and again. And there might arise many thoughts regarding that seeing. If we happen to listen something deliberately, if we listen something deliberately and that sound something we like or dislike, when we come to meditate, then that appear in the mind. The thoughts appear in the mind regarding that sound again and again. And sometimes we cannot control that thoughts. We might feel very tired of having the thoughts continuously. But still we cannot get rid of those thoughts. So it is better not to hear any kind of sound deliberately. It is better not to look anywhere deliberately. And also the another fact we have to be very careful is we should try to keep the silence. We unnecessarily should not talk with anyone. If it is not an urgent matter, if it is not an emergency matter, then we should not talk with anyone. Because talking with others just for a short time may bring a big problem in sitting meditation. Especially when we are doing this very intensive practice, talking maybe just one sentence or two sentences may bring a lot of trouble in the practice. That talk keeps arising in the mind, sometimes for the whole sitting. Therefore, we should avoid talking with others unless it is an urgent matter. We should keep the noble silence all the time, casting down our eyes in front of us, focusing the mind in the body, being mindful of every movement, every second. If we do not follow this rule, then that brings a big trouble in the practice, big problem in the practice. So this vitakka, the thoughts, ideas, reflection, is actually not good for anyone practicing meditation. In daily life, sometimes we might need to think about some things. If we are going to do some job, some work, some plannings, of course, then we need to think about that very thoroughly. But in the practice, now we do not need to think anything. We just need to follow the instructions given here. And if we can do that way, in very short time, we can see the big difference in the practice. Then the Brahma told the monk that, "Oh monk," then one Brahmana told his outstanding student to bring a spade and dig it. So here, Brahmana and his outstanding student. So who is Brahmana and who is outstanding student? So here the Brahmana, when we say Brahmana, it is not a one kind of community people we can find in India, but here Brahmana refers to the fully enlightened Buddha, the fully enlightened Buddha, Tathagata, Buddha. The fully enlightened Buddha is called Brahmana here. Why? Because the Tathagata Buddha had already expelled the defilements, all the defilements, already abandoned the defilements, such as greed, hatred, delusion, conceit, wrong view, and also vicikitsa, doubt, and wrong rituals. Sila Bhatta Paramasa, wrong rituals, believing the wrong rituals as a correct rituals that leads one to the liberation. The Buddha has abandoned all those wrongful factors, wrongful dhammas. That is why the Buddha is called here Brahmana. And who is an outstanding student? The outstanding student is called here Sumedha. Sumedha is outstanding students, very brilliant student. So who is that student? And the Buddha explained that he is none other than a practitioner. A practitioner. Sumedha, outstanding student, but he is none other than a practitioner, a yogi, a meditator. It is also, the Buddha also described it as a sekha. Sekha is, if we translate that word sekha, it is practitioner, practicing to gain the knowledge, practicing to gain vipassana insight knowledge and then path and fruition knowledge. That practitioner is Sumedha, outstanding student. So practicing the three trainings, Sila, Samadhi, and Panya, three trainings. So he is the Sumedha, the outstanding student. Simply, it is yogi, yoga vachara, who is uh, applying an ardent effort in the practice. Yogi is a possessor of virya, effort, because the word yoga means effort, energy. Then one who has yoga, one who possesses effort is called yogi. So the student is yogi. And practicing sekha, the practitioner, means practicing the three trainings. What are the three trainings? Sila training, samadhi training, and panya training. Yeah, morality, concentration, and wisdom. So in Sila training, there are three factors: right speech, right action, and right livelihood. So right speech means refraining from lying, refraining from false speech, refraining from slandering, refraining from harsh speech, and refraining from frivolous talk, unuseful talks. So if one can avoid these four types of talks: lying, slandering, harsh speech, and unuseful talks, then this samma vacha, right speech, is fulfilled. And the second one is samma kammanta, right action. Right action is refraining from killing, refraining from stealing, and refraining from sexual misconduct. If one can avoid, one can restrain oneself committing these actions, then this samma kammanta, right action, is fulfilled. And the third one is right livelihood, samma ajiva. Samma ajiva is refraining from these misconducts, physical and verbal misconducts. Three kinds of physical misconduct, four kinds of verbal misconduct. Then it becomes samma ajiva. Because these misconducts one is refraining has nothing to do with earning for living. One is not committing these three kinds of bodily misconducts and four kinds of verbal misconducts to earn money to live his life. Then that is samma ajiva. Means in order to fulfill this right livelihood, one should not earn money by killing others. One should not earn money by stealing others, and so on. One should not lie. One should not deceive others to earn money for his living. And that would be samma ajiva. So This is Sila training, Sila Sikha. And regarding the yogis, when they observed the precepts, here we observe 8 precepts. So if we are able to observe that 8 precepts very purely, then these 3 Samma Vaca, Samma Kammanta, and Samma Ajiva, the Sila Sikha morality training is fulfilled. It is complete. And especially when in the practice, when we are able to observe every rising objects, starting from the rising and falling movement in the abdomen, because there is a right mindfulness present, there is a right mindfulness, we are observing the objects and we are knowing that objects as it is. At that very moment, we are automatically refraining from the unwholesome deeds, the unwholesome physical and verbal conducts. So the Sila training, Sila Sikha, is automatically fulfilled at that time. And this Sila is the base, the foundation for Samadhi and Panya. Sila is foundation for Samadhi and Panya. Only if Sila foundation is very pure and strong, then Samadhi and Panya will develop very easily and very quickly. So this Sila foundation is very important. It should be very pure and clean. And to have that pure and clean Sila foundation, we should try to be mindful of the objects. If we are mindful, observing the objects, then the Sila training will be fulfilled by itself. And the one who is practicing that Sila, one who is keeping these morality precepts, is a student, a practitioner, outstanding practitioner here. And another Samadhi training and Panya training, concentration training and wisdom training. We will continue this tomorrow.